Task Type 1, Multiple Choice. 6. Multiple Choice Questions. Task: choose the correct answer to a question or the correct ending to a sentence from usually 3 or 4 possible options. Skills: scanning for specific information. Understanding information in the passage. Tips: paraphrase the information in the question and options. Locate the precise information in the passage. Answers come in order. Answers are usually letters A, B, C or D. Read the instructions carefully to check. There are 3 different types of MCQ question. You will either have to choose one answer out of 4 options, choose 2 answers out of 5 options, choose 3 answers out of 6 options. The first option is the most common. You may also have 2 different question forms, either completing a sentence or answering a question. Here is an example from the academic test. MCQ 1, IELTS Reading Multiple Choice Questions. Source: Cambridge English IELTS Past Papers. In this example, you have to choose one answer from 4 possible options and the question requires you to complete the sentences. Questions 10 to 12. Choose the appropriate letters A, B, C or D. Write your answers in boxes 10 to 12 on your answer sheet. 10. Research completed in 1982 found that in the United States soil erosion A. reduced the productivity of farmland by 20%. B. was almost as severe as in India and China. C. was causing significant damage to 20% of farmland. D. could be reduced by converting cultivated land to meadow or forest. 11. By the mid-1980s, farmers in Denmark A. used 50% less fertilizer than Dutch farmers. B. used twice as much fertilizer as they had in 1960. C. applied fertilizer much more frequently than in 1960. D. more than doubled the amount of pesticide they used in just 3 years. 12. Which one of the following increased in New Zealand after 1984? A. farm incomes. B. use of fertilizer. C. overstocking. D. farm diversification. Question type multiple choice 2 answers. Questions 1 and 2. Choose 2 letters, A to G. Write the correct letters in boxes 1 and 2 on your answer sheet. The list below gives some of the advantages of employing older workers. Which 2 advantages are mentioned by the writer of the text? A. they are less likely to be involved in careless accidents. B. they can predict areas that may cause trouble in the future. C. they are able to train younger workers. D. they can deal with unexpected problems. E. they are more conscientious. F. they are prepared to work for lower salaries. G. they are more skilled in personal relationships. Common mistakes. 1. forgetting to select 2 answers. 2. less likely could confuse lower bands. 5, 6. Approach. 1. Underline key words. Read the choices. 2. Using a process of elimination to identify the correct answer. 3. Close reading to verify. Here is an example from the general paper. MCQ 2, IELTS Reading Multiple Choice Questions. Source: Cambridge English IELTS Past Papers. Questions 1 to 5. Choose the correct letter, A, B, C or D. Write your answers in boxes 1 to 5 on your answer sheet. 1. The global increase in greenhouse gases has been attributed to A. industrial pollution in developing countries. B. coal mining and electricity generation. C. reduced rainfall in many parts of the world. D. Trends in population and lifestyle. 2. The proportion of all greenhouse gases created by coal is approximately A. 14%, B. 18%, C. 27%, D. 90%. 3. Current research aims to increase the energy-producing efficiency of coal by A. Burning it at a lower temperature, B. Developing new gasification techniques, C. Extracting CO2 from it, D. Recycling greenhouse gases. 4. Compared with ordinary coal, new, clean coals may generate power A. More cleanly and more efficiently, B. More cleanly but less efficiently, C. More cleanly but at higher cost, D. More cleanly but much more slowly. 5. To control dust at mine sites, mining companies often use A. Chemicals which may be toxic, B. Topsoil taken from the site before mining, C. Fresh water from nearby dams, D. Runoff water containing sediments. 6. Multiple choice questions. Task: choose the correct answer to a question or the correct ending to a sentence from usually 3 or 4 possible options. Skills: scanning for specific information, understanding information in the passage. Tips: paraphrase the information in the question and options. Locate the precise information in the passage. Answers come in order. Answers are usually letters A, B, C or D. Read the instructions carefully to check. A strategy for multiple choice. Read through the possibilities and make predictions based on logic and any background knowledge you may have. Underline the keywords. Go to the appropriate part of the text and underline or note keywords. Close read the text to find the best match. If the answer is not immediately apparent, at least put a question mark or note against any distractors that are clearly incorrect. If time, return to the question. If the worst comes to the worst, guess between the remaining possibilities. There is no negative marking.